Help me reach 1,000 subscribers so more people can see how quiet betrayal rewires your entire nervous system. Now, time to pull up a chair. They say love is blind, but in my case, it was also gullible, chemically altered by dopamine and hope. I met Emily at a New Year's party, and for a while, life was soft focus, champagne lit, simple. She laughed at the right moments, asked the right questions, and kissed like she meant it. But every romance has a shadow. Hers had a name, Bailey, her older sister. I first heard of Bailey, like some mythical guardian. Emily described her as practically a twin, someone who always knows what's best. By the time I met her, I was ready to be impressed. Instead, my body's alarm system, my amygdala, whispered the truth before my mind could catch up. Bailey smiled too long. Her compliments cut sideways. "Nice haircut," she said. "You must be confident to pull that off." Over dinner, she dissected my job, my finances, my future plans, the way a scientist studies bacteria. Her husband sat beside her in frozen silence. I didn't realize then that silence was survival. As Emily and I grew closer, Bailey's commentary grew sharper. "Don't you think you're rushing it? You barely know him." Emily always defended her. "She's just protective." But my vagus nerve disagreed. Each encounter left my chest tight, heartbeat fast, palms cold. That's what chronic anxiety feels like when your brain senses danger you can't prove. When I proposed, Emily glowed. Her sister didn't. Bailey's congratulations felt like a threat disguised as etiquette. A week later, she told Emily we should postpone the wedding. "Something about him feels off," she'd said. And that's how doubt metastasizes, neuron by neuron. Our engagement became a laboratory for mistrust. Married life was supposed to stabilize chemistry, oxytocin, serotonin, calm attachment. Instead, it turned into a cortisol loop of accusation and apology. It started small. Emily became distant. Her pupils widened when she mentioned Bailey, the way fear dilates the eyes. "She saw you downtown with a woman," she said one night, voice trembling. I laughed, that brittle, self-defensive laugh that tastes like metal. "What woman?" No answer. Just that vague Bailey-shaped suspicion. I offered my location history, bank receipts. But logic doesn't compete with fear once cortisol floods the system. Then came the ambush, screenshots of fake dating profiles using my face, old photos from years ago, timestamps that made no sense. I felt my prefrontal cortex go offline, that stunned silence when your body can't decide between fight or freeze. A tech friend confirmed the truth, doctored images. But Emily refused to believe it. "She wouldn't lie to me," she whispered, clutching her phone like a holy relic. So I did something desperate, the kind of thing you justify when reality bends. I planted a voice recorder in our living room and invited Bailey over to talk things out. She arrived smiling. Sweet. Innocent. But somewhere between small talk and accusation, her words slipped. "I made it all up," she said, laughing. "She's so gullible. I just wanted her to see what kind of guy you really are." I felt adrenaline flood my veins just hearing the playback. Proof. Finally, proof. When I played it for Emily, she froze, then exploded. "You trapped her," she screamed. "You edited this." I remember sitting there, heartbeat hammering, realizing the truth. My wife's loyalty was neurological, not logical. Her sister's voice triggered trust. Mine triggered threat. That night, I stopped begging for understanding. I started preparing for truth. Section 3. Almost equals 1,000 words, cumulative 3,000. I hired a private investigator. If Bailey's mind was a fortress, I wanted blueprints. The report arrived in a thick envelope that smelled faintly of paper and karma. Affair. Hotel receipts. Photos. Explicit messages. Her husband's best friend. I didn't feel triumph, just an eerie calm. My nervous system hit equilibrium for the first time in months. I showed Emily everything, the recording, the affair evidence, the pattern of manipulation. And then I asked one question. "Who do you stand with now?" She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Her. You're obsessed." That was it. No yelling. No scene. Just the quiet sound of my last oxytocin drop dying in my bloodstream. I moved out, filed for divorce, and anonymously mailed the affair proof to Bailey's husband. Days later, everything detonated: confession, separation, exposure. Emily came storming into my apartment, voice raw. "You destroyed my family." I looked at her and said, "No." I just turned on the lights. 2 months later, I heard the update. Bailey's husband filed for divorce. She moved in with Emily. Now they fight daily, trapped in the psychological house they built from lies. One of Emily's cousins told me Bailey brings random men over, leaves chaos behind, drains Emily's money and patience. And Emily, the woman who once defended her no matter what, now says she can't stand to look at her. Poetic justice has its own neurochemical flavor: serenity. Bailey's latest message came in a letter. She confessed everything: fabricating evidence, manipulating her sister, destroying marriages. She said she's in therapy now, working retail, trying to rebuild. I didn't respond. Forgiveness isn't a hormone you owe anyone. Now I sleep through the night. My heartbeat is steady, my mind quiet, and for the first time in years, I feel dopamine the way it's meant to feel: honest, earned, human. Thanks for watching, and help me reach 1,000 subscribers if you believe the truth always finds its way through the noise. Until next time, remember, your body knows who's lying long before your heart admits it.